Everyone. So today we are going to discuss very important topic in strategic management, business vision and mission. So in the business vision and mission, it will be aligned with our design thinking methodology. Right? So first of all, what is that vision and mission? Vision is a long-term goal. Mission is a short-term goal. Right? So every organization, every individual, they are having the mission and vision. Okay. So it will be aligned with the DT stages. What are the 5 stages of design thinking? Empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. So everyone know about that empathize. So empathize is nothing but problem identification. For example, if you are going to frame the mission and vision, mission is a short-term goal and vision is a long-term goal. So in that short-term goal, it will be aligned with that empathize means what about the customer preferences, right? Customer taste, preference, everything you are going to identify. For example, I am going to manufacture some product, right? For example, chocolate or anything. So who are my customers? Kids, right? So I am going to focus on kids. So in the problem identification, in the current scenario, what about how to attract the customer means how to attract the kids, right? That is the empathize, problem identification. Then you have to identify this survey, you get the solution, right? So now you are going to define. So what is the main problem? How to attract that particular kids, right? That is the vision and mission. Okay. So in the define, after you have to make the ideation. So what are the ideas you have to attract the customers, right? So through cartoon like that, for example, any cartoon sort of game or anything, right? So you have to attract the customers. Okay, so you can give the, for example, gift, buy one get one, whatever it is. You have to get the idea, then you have to attract the customers. Okay, so empathize, define, ideate. Next, prototype. Right, you have to build a model. So you have to build a model and you have to test with the customers. What about the taste and preferences? What about your profit level? Everything you are going to analyze. Right, that is the prototype. Finally, you are going to testing. Right, testing with the customers. So every organization, if you take it as any sector, right, manufacturing sector, automobile sector, healthcare, anything any sector you can take it, you are having the vision and mission. Because every organization first focus on the mission, right? Within that 5 years or within the 10 years, right? For example, take it as you also, right? Within 5 years, what about you? To become a manager, to become an entrepreneur, right? So many things it will be there. Okay, for example, to become a CEO, maybe, right? So, but within the 15 years or 20 years, right? So, you have to think like that. So, that is a vision and mission. So, what are the 5 stages we have seen? Empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. So, in that vision and mission, it will be aligned with that design thing, right? So, the same like that, if you take as a empathize, customer preference and test we have seen, right? Then define, you have to identify the problem also. Then in the prototype, ideation, we are conducting the surveys, we are going to brainstorming session also, right? What will be brainstorming?
Cracking new idea.
Very good, cracking new ideas. For example, if you are facing some problem, right? So that problem, I am going to distribute to everyone. So this is the problem, I need a solution. So I am going to select the best solution. Right? That is a brainstorming, right? In the brainstorming, I am going to select the best one for my particular problem, right? For my specific problem, it will be solved. Okay? Then in that ideation, it will be helped to know about the level of my organization also. Okay? That is that empathize, define, ideate, and prototype. In this 3, right? Empathize, define, ideate. Depends upon that, I am going to create the model. I am going to build the model. For example, if you see that we are having the switch on the fan. I am going to on the the switch on the fan. I mean that I am going to touch the switch, the fan will run. Right? So the same like that, it's a prototype. You have to build a model. Right? Any model you have to build that. It will be helpful for your customers. Right? Finally, I am going to test with the customers. Whatever the product, after manufacture any product, you are going to test with the customers. So what about the, for example, within the internal stakeholders and external stakeholders. So internal stakeholders, first test with the internal stakeholders, for example, employees, right? If you take it as a hotel industry or if you take it as a manufacturing industry, first test with the employees. The product is good or bad, right? You can check it, then finally you can go for the customers, right? Everyone can understand about the business vision and mission. Any doubt? Okay, but thank you.
Thank you.